What was that?
I'm finding my tooth. Don't give up that easy.
Like, it's bedtime.
Aren't you gonna show him?
Alright, testing, testing. Sound alright? Stream seems healthy. Excellent connection. Okay. Well, now it says no data. What the heck? Oh, I hope this works this time.
What in the hell is going on? Go to bed.
I'm looking for wings too. That's mine. That's mine.
Sorry, I was looking at a moon. I hope somebody didn't check in and then see that we were only looking at the moon there. I love you too, honey. Get some sleep. Good night.
Night to baby pet.
Okay, come and tell him good night.
Good night, baby pet.
Violet, go to bed.
Go.
Mwah.
Come on, good night.
That sounds good.
Are you sleepy, buddy? The view isn't too bad. Jupiter is still really low on the horizon, so we're looking through a lot of atmosphere. Now, as it gets higher in the evening, it should start to look better. And my kids are supposed to be in bed, and they are still running around being crazy, so I might have to go knock some heads together. But yeah, so far it doesn't look too bad. Okay, I gave the focus a little tweak. I think that's better. And we just got a burp. My son, Peregrine, is with us. Hey, Pip. I don't know how happy he's going to be. But he'll be here for a minute to give Mom a break. There, that's better. So we got a pretty nice treat here, right here first thing in the morning. The great red spot is facing us, and it'll be on this side of Jupiter for a while. Jupiter rotates very quickly, so it won't be around long. But it's pretty nice we get to see it first thing. The atmospheric stability should get a lot better throughout the evening. We've got some wildfire smoke, but that usually doesn't hurt planetary imaging very badly because they are so bright. There's just a little bit of smoke. I'll be right back. My kids are screaming for me. What? Hello, Richard. Southeast Michigan. It's pretty damp and swampy, and we usually got the jet stream and wildfire smoke. It's not the best place in the world for planetary imaging, but sometimes we get a real good crack at them. The atmosphere will cooperate, and the planets will align, and get a real nice view. This wouldn't, if I hit record right now, this would not be the worst Jupiter image I've ever captured. We're getting nice, crisp little split seconds where you really start to see some of the finer detail in the cloud bands. I thought there was another outbreak, like a new red spot right behind the Great Red Spot. I can't really see anything right now, but I thought there was another outbreak. What? Come on. Go. Let's go. Yeah, in the morning we will definitely look for that. For now, you need to get in bed.
Yeah,
Good
but
night.
you said Saturday you'll be home.
Today is Saturday. Tomorrow is Sunday. I will be home tomorrow all day. And
Now
we
you
will
need
look.
to go to the doctor.
No. Go. Good night. Love you. See you tomorrow. No. Good night. Yeah, I am not seeing any trace of a new spot behind the big one. So maybe it was old news. Maybe it's gone already. I don't know. What's up, Grunty? What's up, Grunty Guts? Oh, there's a bird. Take it easy. Yeah, right over here is the moon Io. And it is approaching Jupiter. It won't be. We won't see it go behind Jupiter tonight, which is a shame. Yeah, that's the moon Io right there. Hey, Joe. Yeah, pretty lucked out. It's right there, first thing tonight. And yeah, it's still real low. I think it's only about 19 degrees off the horizon. Let me look here. Whoops. That's 21 degrees up. So I mean, it's getting up there, but yeah, the view is not bad. The scope is performing very well since I insulated it and put that fan in the vents. That's a lot more stable than I've been able to get it since I've been trying to use that scope. You know, every time I would try this, I think this is like 7,000 millimeter focal length. When I would try to go out that far, man, it just looked like it was underwater and people were throwing pebbles in the water. It was just awful. Whoa, what's up? You getting fussy? You want to watch Jupiter too? What? Is it a full frame? This is the ROI. Yeah, Canadian dude, this is a live view from my telescope. This is what Jupiter looks like right now. This is a video feed from my telescope. I'm using the ASI. Were you asking about camera, Joe? What do you mean ROI? I don't know what you mean. But that's the view from my guide scope. You can see Jupiter and the moons. It's moons right there. Yeah, this is the region of interest. I'm sorry, it just clicked in my brain. I'm not thinking. Yeah, okay. And you typed it just as I said. I was 640 by 480, and then I'm zoomed in 150%. When I use the full frame on the 224, it looks like that. Which I mean, still looks pretty good. But I just like zooming in, especially because the YouTube quality may not be as good, so people might not. It might not look as good to people out in TV land. Okay, he does not like sitting here, so I'll be right back. Yeah, you need pretty serious magnification and a stable atmosphere. Although it looks a lot better with your. It's hard to get it to look good through a video camera because of just the way everything works when you're looking at it. I was just talking to Joe earlier about this. I think this was today. When you're looking at it through binoculars or a telescope, your eye kind of, because of your persistence of vision and the human brain's ability to like pick out important details and hang on to them, a lot of that waviness goes away and it looks a lot better with the naked eye through a telescope than it does from a video feed in a camera and a telescope. And I'm getting some thermals here. I took my dew shield off because I was worried that that was trapping heat in front of my corrector plate. So I've got no dew shield on now, and my heaters are off. So I might start to get dew on the corrector plate. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, I was running the big fan out there like you suggested, but yeah, the side walls are probably still warm, and it's probably radiating heat out still. So yeah, that might be what we're seeing there. We'll see if it lets up. I might be able to go turn the. I don't want to turn the big fan on out there because it shakes the scope around. Oh, we had some nice crisp moments there. We had a couple of good moments of seeing. Thanks, Joe. Thanks for stopping by. It's good to see you. Let me see. I'm getting up. Okay, I'm just making sure I'm still on the screen. I've been getting out of my chair so often. I was worried I slid off to the side here. Let me see where we're recording here. See Astro. I want to make sure I've got some room on my hard drive. Not much. I'm going to do a capture here. Just, yeah, do 2 minutes. $70 frames per second. I could lower the exposure and get that faster. But 70 will be fine just to check it out. And I'll go ahead and process that and show you what a quick process on a planetary image is like. I wish the moons were closer so I could get them in the frame, because I haven't gotten the telescope to perform this well. And I wish I could see what it would do on the moons, because the moons actually look relatively round. So what it's doing right now is it's recording these video frames. You can see down at the bottom of the screen it's recording at almost 70 frames per second. It's showing how many frames of video it has recorded, and then we put that video file in the computer, and it stacks them all on top of each other and averages it all out to choose, you know, what the most likely pixel right there should be. It seems to be getting a little overexposed right now. I wonder if I'm getting less smoke. The exposure definitely went up a bit. But yeah, we'll take and put that video file in the computer, and then it'll stack all the frames on top of each other, and then average all the pixel values out. So this is that video file we just captured. We're on planetary. Now we'll analyze it. And that'll take a while, so we'll go back to Jupiter. Yeah, it seems like every day in the news, or all the time, people are like, oh, the Great Red Spot's disappearing. Oh, it's getting bigger. It's getting smaller. There's always Great Red Spot drama involved in Jupiter, and I thought there was another outbreak right behind it, but I am not seeing it. So maybe not. Let me tweak the focus here. We've probably cooled off a little bit, enough to... I don't know which way I need to go. Not that way. The reason it moves up and down when I move the focus is because of the mirror is shifting back and forth in the tube. The focuser pushes the big primary mirror, and when it only pushes on one side of it, so it tilts it back and forth, so the planet moves up and down. And boy, yeah, seeing has gotten either a lot worse or I'm just out of focus. Last year. But yeah, see, that might have been an older news story I saw. I didn't look too quick. I just saw it quickly and moved on. Yeah, we seem to be in focus. It's just the seeing has gotten really bad. And when I say see, yeah, wow, it's getting real blurry. When I say seeing, I mean the atmospheric turbulence because the air in the atmosphere does the same thing to light that water does. Like if you're looking at something in the water, the waves on the surface of the water are bending the light all over the place. That's what the atmosphere does when you're looking at things outside the atmosphere or even inside the atmosphere. When you're like looking over a hot road, you can see the way the light is bent by the. Okay, analyze now. Place AP grid. We got quite a few good frames here. Let's go with 45. Have I ever been able to capture? Imaging, no, but right over here to the left, this is that's Io right there. That's the moon Io. And I wish it was closer in frame so we could have it there with it. Io has come around the front of Jupiter and now is heading back toward to go behind Jupiter. And there's a really I talked about this yesterday when the stream crashed, but there's a really interesting scientific discovery related to watching the moons of Jupiter rotate around the planet, especially Io. Like between 1660 and 1670, Cassini and several of his assistants were using the moons of Jupiter kind of like a space clock, because it was really hard to determine your longitude on the surface of the Earth. So they would watch the moons of Jupiter. They'd have clocks, and they'd say, okay, when you see the moon come out from behind it here at this time, and I see it come out from behind it there at this time, then that means I am this many degrees around the surface of the Earth. So they were doing that, and they noticed that the moons did not keep very good time at all. They were always slightly behind schedule or slightly ahead of schedule. They always seemed to rotate at the same speed, but they never seemed to be where they were supposed to be. And Cassini was interested at first and then just didn't care, didn't bother with the following up on it anymore. But a Danish astronomer by the name of Romer was his last name. Ole Romer, I think that's how you say his name. Followed up on it, did a lot of research, kept watching the moons of Jupiter and trying to figure out why they're not doing what they should be doing, and he discovered that when the Earth was moving away from Jupiter, the moon seemed to be falling behind. When it's moving toward, the moon seemed to be speeding up. So he hypothesized correctly that this had to be due to a finite speed of that information getting to us. And he went and did a bunch more measurements and calculations, and then measured the speed of light. That was the first time a universal constant was measured like that. And so watching the moons of Jupiter go behind the planet is how it was discovered that light had a consistent speed. And not a lot of people poo-pooed it, but some contemporaries like Newton and Huygens, they said, I think you got something there. And Huygens actually had him do a bunch more work on it. And that's how the speed of light was discovered, by watching the moons of Jupiter. And I think that's really, really interesting. Okay, that's done. Let's open up PixInsight. Okay, so this now is the stack. This is all those frames averaged out. So now we take and do what's called wavelet sharpening on it. which grabs regions, which sharpens up just certain regions or certain sizes of. It's complicated, but yeah, that doesn't look too dang bad. Wow, yeah, not bad at all. But yeah, so this is what the computer created out of that video that I just recorded. You can see a lot of nice detail in the. It's over sharpened. I mean, I'm being a little heavy handed here just for the sake of illustration. Yeah, I've never used Registax. I looked at it. It seemed clunky. It crashes constantly on my computer. PixInsight essentially does the same thing with multi-scale linear transform. Although Registax has a lot more fine control. I know there's a lot more you could do, but I looked at it one time. It seemed really intimidating. I'm like, well, PixInsight does good enough. I'm not like a super serious planetary imager. But yeah, I always just sharpen it up a little bit in PixInsight. It is overexposed though. That's the. It seems washed out here. It's washed out. It was overexposed. I think the smoke started to clear and my exposure got a little too high. But yeah, that's not terrible. And if you hang out for a while and you pay attention to where everything is, it will be remarkable how quickly this great red spot travels around the planet. Jupiter rotates extremely fast. Never used Registax is really easy. Just adjust some sliders a bit. You have lots of detail there for sure. Yeah, I mean, Registax didn't look that bad. There was just so many buttons. Like, you know, every slider had all these little ups and downs, and it just, yeah, we're getting some nice little. Yeah, the seeing is not looking bad, Joe. You might want to go open up. So yeah, it's not that I prefer PixInsight as opposed to Registax. I just have never bothered or had the time to go and use Registax. Maybe it's better. I don't know. But yeah, it looked intimidating when I looked at it, and I'm like, I'll just do it in PixInsight. I'm not like I said, I'm not a real serious planetary imager. I'm gonna do another capture. That looks pretty good. You know what? I should have checked my focus here. Yep, going in 20 more with the focus. I think improved it a little bit. I wanted to do this stream for opposition, but the closest I could get was last night, and my internet was just going bonkers. Like, for the first 45 minutes, it was perfect of the evening. Everything was going smoothly, and then it just kept dying. And I would connect, it would work for 30 seconds and die. I don't know what the problem was. I think maybe T-Mobile was just mad at me. Who knows? But for whatever reason, I could not get the stream to work last night. You know what? I had the gain up. It might have been a little noisy too. I just turned the gain to auto. Yeah, the gain should have been a little lower. Maybe it does look better. It looks. Oh yeah, okay. And I did it while I was capturing. I'm gonna start a capture over with the gain down like that. And you know what I did tonight, Joe, that I've never done before, that I knew you should do, but I've never bothered doing it. Normally, I just point the scope up and collimate, but today I picked a star right next to where the planets would be, so that it collimated with the telescope, with everything weighted the way it would be, and I dialed it in precisely right there. And I think that made a big difference too. Because I noticed, because when I checked my collimation when it was pointing over, I had it perfect last night pointing straight up. But when I checked it when I was pointing at Jupiter, it was off this morning. Hawaii, Venus. Yeah, they are super bright. 22 degrees north. Nice. I'd love to have a telescope out in Hawaii. Oh, if you can get it. You know, can you get away from light pollution in Hawaii? I don't know. How bad is it out there? But yeah, that made a big difference on the collimation, Joe. As because I checked it. I collimated it straight, pointed straight up, and then I pointed it over, 23 degrees altitude, where I would be in the evening, and it changed it pretty considerably. Yeah, I'll bet, man. That would be nice. I should have put my external hard drive out there. This is gonna. These video files are huge. They fill the storage right up. But I am liking that. That looks good. We're picking up a lot of this gray here in these clouds. I'm definitely seeing these ovals up here. It looks pretty good. Oh wow, that'll be fun, Joe. Congratulations. All right. Yeah, as soon as this capture finishes, I'm gonna go try to process that. That's looking pretty good. I had the gain too high. Just one of those things. There's a million different buttons to push. And you can only capture about 2 minutes at a time with Jupiter because it rotates so quickly that if you're capturing, like 3 and 4 minute videos, it will have rotated so much in that 3 minutes that the detail starts to get blurred. Yeah, that's cool. And I actually had to fight with this 11-inch a lot because I was not managing the heat um, carefully. And this is, oh yeah, we got clouds coming over. You can see we got some high clouds here. I'm glad I got that capture done before the clouds came over. But yeah, you can see the moon's right there. I'm not sure if Io is going to get close enough to see it tonight. Yeah, Joe, we just had some clouds come over here, just a few of them. Wow, that looks pretty good. Let's hit that. Hey, Adrian, good to see you. Yeah, we're just starting to get some high clouds come over. I'm not sure if it's going to get better or worse. A real master. Yeah, no, yeah, thanks, but I don't know who the real. I don't know if you follow Damian Peach. That guy is the master of planetary viewing and imaging, and yeah, we're getting real crisp moments on these red ovals up here. All right, let's see how that one looks. Yeah, wow, that doesn't look bad. That might be the best Jupiter I've gotten. That, yeah, you can see the little center of the great red spot. I've watched some of Damian Peaches. He's given some talks, and I've watched him talk about how to get better planetary images, and um and I got a lot of great tips, like extremely careful collimation, like way you got to be so much more careful with your collimation. with so much more careful with the heat. You know, your thermal indexes. Um, so much more careful. Like if you're looking over because I have to look over my driveway, and like if you're looking over your cars, the heat coming up off of your cars will mess you up. But yeah, I learned a lot about planetary imaging from Damian Peach. Yeah, you can tell we've got high clouds because the intensity keeps changing. It keeps getting a little dimmer and brighter. Well, yeah, that is not bad. I think I'm gonna take that into Registax and see if it can do a better job with it. You guys want to pop over and see Saturn? I'm curious. Saturn's nice and high right now. I'm curious as to how it'll look here. Okay, let me get my. I have to do this manually because I don't have. Okay, yeah, Joe. When I get a minute, I'll send you the stack here. But yeah, I gotta put in the coordinates manually here. Okay, right ascension, 20 hours, 45 minutes, 30 seconds. Declination, negative 18 degrees. 50 minutes, 32 seconds. I don't know why Device Hub has such bizarre controls. It would be cool if I could just type it in. Okay, slewing over. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of clouds out there. Ugh. Yeah, the on-step controller has been wonderful. Okay, there's Saturn, much dimmer than Jupiter, of course. That's why I had my gain up before. Oh, hey, that doesn't look too shabby. Not too bad at all. No, I don't have a cloud monitor. I've got the view from my guide scope up, and I can see clouds coming with that. But I don't have an actual also. Yeah, you can see the C ring right here. This real dim ring. Yeah, that doesn't look bad at all. Very nice. I'm gonna definitely grab that. It's only 16 frames per second though, which kind of stinks. I'm gonna turn up the gain a little bit. Where did the gain control go? Oh, right here. Okay. I'll turn up the gain a little and then drop the frame rate a little to get it going faster. And then we'll underexpose a little too. There, now that's 35 frames per second. That's fast enough. We'll do three minutes on Saturn because I'm not worried about getting the polar octagon or anything. Now someone's going to tune in and get me for false advertising. Nice Jupiter live stream. Or maybe they'll be real confused if they're not too bright. I thought that was Saturn. Or they don't know too much. And then they'll go around telling people, no, Jupiter's the one with the rings. I saw it on TV. I'm going to go grab a drink while that's going. What am I looking for? Oh, yeah. Visually from Missouri, that is similar. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, the smoke has been awful. All the deep sky imaging has just been terrible. Because the transparency is just butchered by the smoke. Okay, let's see how Saturn comes out in that stack. I'm not sure how I would send you that, Joe. Let me Junior, we named the baby Peregrine. Peregrine Felix. Yeah, Adrian, that was horrible. You look at the forecast and be like, all weekend looks amazing. And then you'd go out there and you like can't even see any stars. You see Vega, but the smoke is so thick that you can't see anything. Yeah, the Peregrine Falcon. That's what we named him after. I'm gonna go back to Jupiter because I'm sure if somebody checks in, that's what they're checking in for. I just wanted to see what Saturn would look like. It did not do a good job with this grid here. I'm gonna... do 45 again. Can I just type it? Can I type on this? Let me get the coordinates here. 21 hours, 58 minutes, 20 seconds. Let me see. 21. No, you can't type on it. That is so annoying. So 21, 58, 20. Ooh, volcanic ash. That's got to be nasty. 13, 38, 33. Oh yeah, there's quite a bit of clouds in the way. That's ugly. Well, good thing I got a few captures before the clouds moved in. Wow, that looks good. Goodness gracious. It's over sharpened, but wow, yeah, that's good. Definitely the best Saturn I've gotten. That's beautiful. Oh, love it. Just love it. Yeah, I have not gotten very deep down the rabbit hole of planetary imaging because, like, for Jupiter example, when you get serious about it, you start to use a program that can derotate your images, because the problem with Jupiter is that it rotates so quickly you can't take long exposures because it'll be all blurred when you try to stack it. So they have software that will actually... Where's my telescope going? Stop it. So they have software that will, derotate the image and stack it correctly. And, that gets pretty advanced. Then you can really start getting some good pictures. The seeing looks good. Boy, some of that detail is really starting to pop. Just dumb old clouds in the way. Yeah, Joe, I think the optics are definitely performing well. That's beautiful. Oh, man, you can come close to making out that. Is it a hexagon or an octagon? I don't remember. There's something up there. I've got an Edge, a Celestron Edge HD 11-inch, and a Okay, the Edge HD 11-inch is going into a PowerMate 2.5 times hexagon. Thank you, Adrian. Going into a PowerMate 2.5 times Barlow lens, and then that's going through an infrared ultraviolet cut filter to just get out the visual wavelength, and then it's being captured by an ASI 224 color camera in real time. Yeah, these clouds look crappy. I want to look at the radar here and see if they're going to go away. Yeah, it's getting there. It's heading off to the other side of the planet. Yeah, it always amazes me watching Jupiter, just how fast it rotates. Like, haven't been looking at it that long, and it moves quickly. Radar, radar, radar. Infrared. You know, I think YouTube has really improved the way their stream works, because from the time I say something to the time I see the chat reply is a lot faster than I've ever been used to. That must be better. They must have increased that speed. Yeah, it looks like there's just a skinny band of it that's passing over. It shouldn't be too bad or too long. Maybe 20 minutes of this garbage. It's an ASI 224. Yeah, the ZWO ASI 224 color camera. No, it's not cool. It's just a little planetary camera. You don't really need to worry about cooling for doing planetary images, because ooh, that looks good. Let's capture. Oh, that's 3 minutes. Too long. It'll probably be okay. But you don't need to worry about cooling for planetary images, because you're capturing so many frames that the sensor noise comes out in the wash. Yeah, the live chat is so much better now, and I also did it like a region of interest capture so I could put it on the screen, because I noticed there's never any record of it. I didn't know where to see the chat, so it looks like I'm just talking to myself if you go and watch the stream later. But I made sure to get the chat up there so we can see what other people are saying. Oh yeah, $199 for the 224. That's a great. That is a great deal. I think I paid like $250, $260 for it or something like that. A few years ago. Man, I gotta look at that Saturn again. That is so beautiful. You can't quite make out the Enki minima here. I've seen. Is that a moon? I think that's a moon. Whoops. Hang on. I think No, I think it was just junk on my screen. Let me see if you can see it or not. Maybe. I don't know, but it looks good. I love it. Love it. See how this Jupiter... Yeah, wow, we're getting some good seeing now. That is looking good. At 86 frames per second. 224 with a wide angle camera lens make a good portable astro rig. You know, it's such a small sensor with small pixels. I'm not sure. I think I would have to expose a lot longer to grab the moons of Saturn, Tom. We can see the moons of Jupiter. Well, as soon as this capture is done. Io's got to be getting close. It's got to be right down here. It's overexposed, though. That's probably better right there. I'm gonna capture again. I'm not even gonna use that one. That was overexposed. Come on, Io, where are ya? Oh, it's still so far away. You can probably get it like in the if we go in the full screen here. Yay, Io! I want to do a capture like that. That's neat. Yeah, I'm not sure if that tiny sensor would work for that, Adrian. If you start trying to do really long exposures, you're gonna have a lot of problem with noise. Yeah, SharpCap's a pretty solid program. I have it crash sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't behave correctly. But I've got no complaints on it. I tried to use Fire Capture, and it didn't seem like noticeably vastly superior. They both essentially do the same thing. So I don't know if it's any better, but yeah, I've got no complaints about SharpCap. And I use SharpCap too for the polar alignment. It's really handy for that. One thing I'm not sure. I might have to stack this as a surface. I don't know if I can stack this as a planet. Europa instead of Io, maybe. You know, I'm not sure. I thought I glanced at it. I thought it said Io. Let me check and see what this is. Yeah, I'm showing Io here. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. Hello, greetings from Brazil. I speak a little Spanish, but I don't speak Portuguese, so I don't want to embarrass myself by trying to speak to a Brasileño or a Brasileña. I don't know if you're a male or female. Yeah, I'm showing Io. And here come the clouds. It's dimming it. Yeah, having the time and date wrong will get you. I'm going to try to stack that as a surface. Let me see if this will work. Image stabilization. Control click to set. I wonder if I should... Well, no, that'll work. Okay, so we'll let that go. Yeah, I've normally got it on 640 by 480 because it'll give you a much better frame rate. Because if you're only capturing a small region, you can capture it a lot faster. And those clouds are kicking our butt now. Lame. Yeah. Yeah, they are right over there, aren't they? I haven't even tried to look over there. Big dope. Let me see if I can get lost here. I think they're a bit farther away. There they are. Yep, there's Europa and Ganymede. Wow, I'm gonna try to do a capture on that. I'm gonna see what those look like. Let's see if we can go even smaller and get a faster frame rate. This is going to be dumb, but I'm curious. I mean, you can kind of tell they look round. That might not look that bad. Yeah, if you're just tuning in, that's Europa and Ganymede, moons of Jupiter. Is your date and time correct, Adrian? You might have something off, or your time zone or something. There might be something off. No, place AP grid, and I'll put another one right there. And stack these. I'm huge. Yeah, it's stacking that Jupiter image right now. She's putting the screws to it now. Yeah, you know, Stellarium might just be, it might not be mapped perfectly. I mean, okay, wow, the seeing is really improving. That looks good. We're at 50 frames per second. 55. I'm going to do a capture right there. I might be up just about out of hard drive space. I want to see if that worked to stack the moon in there. Excuse me. Yep. That doesn't look bad. You gotta wait. You gotta wait, Matt. The show will change dramatically when we switch over to OnlyFans. Yeah, that's the Moon Io. Little bit fudged up. You know, I gotta go tweak my atmospheric dispersion corrector. You can see this is what the atmosphere does to light. You can see how it's breaking it up into its spectrum. Because the red, the shorter wavelength, gets through the atmosphere easier, and the blue one, the longer wavelengths, get deflected more. And I've got an atmospheric dispersion corrector, but I'm sure it could use an adjustment. I haven't touched it all night. Not terrible, little Photoshop. But yeah, Jupiter looks good. So that's Jupiter and the Moon Io there. See, these clouds are ticking me off because I get the exposure right, and then the clouds clear up, and then it's overexposed, so the capture is screwed up. But that looks pretty good. Hey, Matt, your brother really saved us on the golf course today. I told him I should have brought a hernia belt because he was carrying all four of us. Between the house and observatory, I've got a laptop out in the observatory, and I ran an underground Ethernet cable, and they're both connected to the router. And both my computers, I'm just connecting with TeamViewer. No, after the 12 beers, he started playing pretty bad. He carried us the first 9, and then me and Paulie carried him the back 9 after he had 12 beers. But yeah, I use TeamViewer on my PC. I'm in my house, and I use TeamViewer to control the laptop out in the observatory there. What did it just get done doing? Oh, I gotcha. This looks really good, but after I finish this capture, I'm going to give my... Oh, I know what I wanted to do, is stack the moons there. Remote desktop. Yeah, that's what... Oh, oops. Yeah, I was using remote desktop. Where did auto stacker go? No, that wasn't the one. What am I doing? Where's the moons? There they are. This is Ganymede and Europa. Now, Joe, you've been here all night. Can you tell on YouTube? Does it look better? Because it looks like the seeing has improved dramatically. I see these little swirls here behind the great red spot, I see this kind of undulating gray detail up here. These red spots are a lot clearer. It looks like the seeing is a lot better. I can see an oval right here. I'm just wondering if that's being translated through the stream. Nice. Alright, I'm gonna go. You know, I've noticed that clouds tend to help seeing. Like, if you have some clouds go by, right after those clouds pass, the seeing tends to be a lot better. I don't know if that's my imagination. I'm gonna go tweak the dispersion corrector. Let me look at these moons first. It's not the one. Where did they go? Oh yeah, I just did the analysis. That's right. Let's just do 30. Wow, it finished already? Yeah, I guess there wasn't much to analyze. Not much to look at. Well, yeah, we kind of see. Is this actual detail? That's Ganymede, isn't it? Is that surface detail on Ganymede? Yeah, it totally is. That's the dark spot on Ganymede. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that. Wow. That's cool. Alright, I'm going to go give my dispersion corrector a tweak. That might even sharpen the image up a little bit. There is a skunk out there. Holy smokes. Let me see if I can get the focus to dial in a little better here. One. Whoops. Don't know if that's better or worse. And I always collimate with the mirror in the outward direction, but it always seems to look better in the inward direction. Oh, that's good. Wow, that's better. Capture. My hard drive's probably almost full. Well, thanks for hanging out tonight, guys. This is fun. Dang it. Sorry, Joe. I think I might have tweaked it a little too hard. It looks like I'm maybe... What is going on? Why is this... Oh, you know what? I wonder if my hard drive is full. The stream seems to be... slowing down considerably here. Yep, it's full. Crap. Okay, stop. Stop capturing. I'm gonna go delete some stuff. Alright, good night, Adrian. Thanks for stopping by. Hey, thanks, Dean. Yeah, last night was a mess. And I don't know why. My internet just did not want to work. Alright, let me go delete a few things here. I probably have huge piles of Deep Sky stuff I can delete. You know what, all of this stuff can go. Delete some of those. Okay. Now let's do a couple more captures with this better seeing. Got 95 frames per second. That's good. Mosquito. And I'm glad this good seeing hit before the Great Red Spot. The Great Red Spot is in a very photogenic place right now. That's great. Red spot. Because when it's like dead center, it's not a very good picture. We've got some of these nice ovals right here. Some nice, just good composition. This is Jupiter's good side. I like it better when the Great Red Spot is just starting to come around. And I'm so glad my internet decided to work tonight. Last night was a nightmare. Oh yeah. Normally when I plan on doing a bunch of planetary image, I got a 4 terabyte external hard drive I'll take out there. Man, it'll if I want to capture like a big sequence of Jupiter videos to make a like a rotation animation to animate the rotation of Jupiter, yeah, it'll fill that thing right up. Hey, Ace of Space Astrophotography. Thanks for stopping by. This is an ASI 224 color camera, an Edge HD 11-inch with a 2.5 times power mate. Nice. Yeah, I've got no complaints about it. As Joe was just saying, they're on sale for like $199 now. I'm gonna stack one of those last captures and see how it looks. Yeah, I've seen some people using those with to great effect. I'd be interested to try one out. Yeah, we're at 95 frames per second now too. That'll be better. Oh, you guys, I'm so happy. This is the best view of Jupiter I've had in all of my experience. Because I finally started managing the thermals in my telescope. I got it right. I was really careful to get everything adjusted as accurately as I possibly could, and I mean it has paid off. This is a nice view of Jupiter. You know, I've never figured that out. I don't know exactly how much I know it's a 7,000 millimeter focal length. The 11 inch plus the 2.5 times Barlow is a 7,000 millimeter focal length. I don't know. I don't know how much magnification that's getting me. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I got to work in the morning, so I'm probably going to call it. Thanks a lot to everybody. Those two storms above the. Yeah, I mean, Jupiter is just kind of one big storm. Yeah, these are two new outbreaks. I don't know if they're necessarily swirling storms like the Great Red Spot, or are they like kind of like a snake-like arc that's coming up and going back down. I mean, I don't know exactly what they are. But yeah, they're definitely interesting. But yeah, I'm going to call it. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Clear skies, and I'll see you next time.